Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Gary Martin, and today I'm on my way to go and buy a second-hand set of clubs off Facebook Marketplace. And I thought, what a great idea to share with you some pros tips on what to be looking out for if you're in the market and you're buying second-hand clubs. So as you can see, I'm in my comfy clothes. It's my day off today. I'm going to be tying this trip in with a trip to the gym. Don't worry, we'll not be taking you in there. But this is a video that's been inspired by a member he's brought a set of second-hand clubs in for re-gripping. And I've got talking to him. He's bought them off eBay. And quite frankly, he's bought an absolute bag of spanners and he doesn't even realise it. That's the thing. So I don't know how to break it to him. He's come in to have some grips fitted at £150. And I feel a bit, I'm reluctant to fit him actually, because I feel like, he's going to be sort of about £300 in on this set of clubs. And they're an absolute bag of spanners, and I'm just a bit worried that, you guys, if you're not used to buying second-hand clubs, you could fall into the same trap. So I'm home, and I bought my dream set of Titleist 690 MB irons. It's a club that I'm not consistent enough to use, but as a bit of a winter project, they were £100. I've been to have a look at them, and, although there was a bit of an issue with them, I've still gone ahead and bought them. I bought them for £80, so £10 a club. I think it's a price that, for a bit of fun, I'm not going to lose a great deal of money if I come to sell them. I might even make a few pound. I am going to do a restoration video. I'm going to try and bring these back to life a little bit on a budget. So if you're interested in that and you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But first things first, I started by checking, this is called the Ferrule, to make sure all the ferrules were flush. If they weren't flush, it could suggest that they might be loose, so you'd have to give them a good twist to see if there's any movement in the shaft and see whether you've got a loose head or not. You may even find that you've got a ferrule that's not matching to the rest of the set, and then that would suggest that the clubs may have had a reshaft, and you'd have to then go on to the next step, a check-in, to see if all the shafts are matching, and check in to see if the shafts are all the correct length. So what we're going to do is stand the clubs up against the wall, and we're going to make sure they step consistently. Most clubs, depending on brand, are going to step between 1/4 of an inch and 1/2 inch. And if you've got one in there that's an anomaly, then there's obviously been a reshaft. Now, when we check these shafts, and you'll notice, we lined them up and the shaft bands they weren't stepped correctly. So some shaft bands are going to step, some are going to run absolutely square on. When you put the butt of the club on the floor, if you see an anomaly in there, you need to have a look at that shaft and see it's most likely been a reshaft, a repair. And in this case, as you can see here, the free iron's actually got an extra stiff shaft in. This looks like they've had a problem with a free iron and they've actually had a shaft replacement at some stage, or they've added a free iron into the set. It's not from the original set. Now, that weren't enough to put me off buying the clubs, but if that had been in the middle of the set, if that had been an 8 iron or a 7 iron, then I can assure you I wouldn't have come home with these clubs today. But being a free iron, it's not something that's bothered me too much, because I may even sell that separately, or I might not even decide to include that in the bag. So now we've gone on to having a look at club faces. I think that gets really overlooked, having a good inspection of the head. Now, when you're buying a forged club especially, the pitching wedge and the 9-iron, the 8-iron, the 7-iron, they're the clubs that are most likely going to get used for practice, when you go to the range, and quite often the club faces can wear through. Now, you can see in this case, the condition, they're not too bad. There's a little bit of wear on the 8-iron, but they're a second-hand set, and I've seen a lot worse wear than that. But just be aware of that, because sometimes that can be hidden with a little bit of dirt, until you clean them, you're not going to notice that. So, it may even be a good idea to ask the seller to clean the clubs, so they're ready to inspect before you arrive, which I didn't do, but, we're quite happy with them. So now it just leaves me to give the clubs a little clean, and get ready for restoring them. Now, a little tip for cleaning the clubs, when it comes to the grips, is use a washing up liquid tablet, or a washing tablet, should I say. This is a tip that somebody gave me. I'm going to use that in a bowl of warm water. It's unbelievable. I always used to do it with washing up liquid, and then when I use one of these, or I use a bit of sort of washing powder, the difference were incredible. So make sure you try that one if you're going to clean your grips. So I'm going to get these cleaned up. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed that video today. A few little tips for you if you're buying second-hand clubs. And, you know, hopefully, you know, crossover. We're going to get these restored. I've ordered. I'm not going to tell you actually. You're going to have to come and watch the next video. I ordered a couple little bits and pieces to help me restore these clubs, guys. And wait till you see the before and after pictures. I can't wait for this one. They're going to look absolutely awesome in the bag. And then hopefully we're going to get these out on the course. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a few days' time. Bye.